Good morning. Welcome to the Sunday service at the One Dharma Center. Today we have prepared a special memorial service to honor Master Sotaesan, our founding teacher of One Buddhism. After a lifetime dedicated to teaching and Dharma work, Master Sotaesan passed away and entered Nirvana on June 1st, 1943. Although the ultimate truth is one, there are numerous paths to enlightenment. Through this service, we express our gratitude to those who have guided us, those who have guided us on our Dharma journey. Many teachers and guides are no longer physically present, and yet their spirit and guidance continue to illuminate our way. On his Memorial Day, we pay homage to all Buddhas, sages, and saints. Also, we honor and remember our deceased loved ones, such as family members, close friends, and all those who held a special place in our lives. Today's program includes meditation, memorial prayer, sutra chanting, a Dharma talk, and family offering. Now our gathering begins with sitting meditation. So take your time to adjust your sitting body, either on your mat or in your chair. As needed, wiggle your body back and forth, side to side. While relaxing your entire body, straighten up your lower back, broaden up your upper chest, align your shoulders with your ears, and align your nose with your navel. Once again, relax your entire body. And let us breathe naturally, slowly, and deeply. Meditation is the conscious practice of mindfulness and focus. When you are sitting in silence, let go of your all thoughts and center your focus on your breathing. With your breathing, let the chi energy flow naturally throughout your body, and let your mind be centered and calm. We'll practice sitting meditation for 20 minutes. Now I invite you to gently stretch your legs. Give some massage on your knees. We'll now participate in special chants. This particular chant is titled A Call to Reverence. Reverend Yeri first will chant it in Korean, followed by Reverend Ji-eun reading it in English. As we offer these callings, let us bring our palms together and focus our minds. At the end of each line, we'll perform a standing bow together. Now, please rise. Stand in front of your mat.
봉청 일원 대도 대각하사 일원 대업 창건하신 원각 성존 대종사 소태산 열애위.
We pay homage to Tathagata Sotaesan, great master of supreme enlightenment, for discovering inner freedom and the dissemination of Buddha Dharma.
일원 대도 계승하사 일원 대업 운전하신 전불심종 법륜 상전 종사위.
We honor sages and saints of all faiths. You proclaimed the eminent value of spiritual cultivation and universal salvation.
일원 대도 봉찬하고 일원 대업 호위하신 광행불사 화피 대중 대봉도위 대호법위.
We also pay homage to all enlightened masters and bodhisattvas who led the highest exemplary lives of loving kindness and compassion.
일원 대도 봉찬하고 일원 대업 전무하신 공헌 불사 무아봉공 전무 출신 각등위.
We honor dedicated ministers who have cultivated Buddha Dharma in all of us and have championed perseverance, commitment, and selfless service.
일원 대도 신봉하고 일원 대업 협찬하신 협찬불사 호법 봉공 거진 출진 각등위. 일원대도 발원하고 이 회상에 동참하신 보통 출가 교도위 보통 제가 교도위.
We honor dedicated laity who have supported and protected Buddha Dharma.
등내 교도 생육하고 동참 교도 근원이신 주원 감모 역대 조상 일반 부모 선조위
We respect parents and ancestors who have given birth to, educated, and nurtured the enlightening seed within us.
이 대제의 인연으로 이 대도에 회향하실 동기 연계 육도 사생 일체 생명위
We embrace all sentient beings, honoring the potential seed of enlightenment. We encourage you to understand Buddha Dharma and enter the path of awakening.
저희 모두 일심으로 삼가 봉청하옵나니 이 도량에 조감하사 이 미성에 응하소서.
Now keep your palms together. We'll offer special Memorial Day prayer.
Memorial Day. May the grace of heaven and earth watch over us. May the grace of parents and ancestors nurture us. May the grace of all living beings embrace us. May the grace of Dharma guide us. On June 4th, 2023, with pure spirit, On June 4th, 2023, with pure spirits and concentrated minds, the priests and lay practitioners of the One Dharma Center are offering this spiritual memorial service. Our founding teacher, Venerable Sotaesan, entered Nirvana on June 1st, 1943, and we commemorate him as well as our spiritual ancestors and empowered us to become who we are now. There are 22,288 ordained and lay spiritual ancestors who are the foundation of the One Buddhist community through their exemplary practice and Dharma work. We honor and give thanks to these spiritual ancestors, which include our founding master Sotaesan, enlightened masters, great upholders and protectors of Dharma, devoted ministers, dedicated laity, and the parents of sages and saints. Our teachers and Dharma ancestors have passed away, yet their spirits and guidance remain clear and bright. Without them, we would be lost, not realizing the great way to liberation. We pay homage to all our teachers and aspire to follow their Dharma paths. We remember our loved ones who are now departed, but who were important in shaping our lives with support and love. Dharmakaya Buddha, the source of the four graces. The physical forms of the deceased have been dispersed into dust, wind, fire, and water, and have become one with nature. If there are any lingering confusions or delusions that hinder their spirits, may they be free from all obstacles, be completely emancipated, and rest in true nirvana. Please bestow upon the living and the deceased the light and power of Dharma, so we can abide with the right view of life and death. May this memorial service open and strengthen our love and gratitude for all. Wholeheartedly we pray.
Now, on behalf of all the One Dharma Center practitioners, Venerable Juksanim and Venerable Myeongtawanim will offer incense and make 2 bows. And you are welcome to join them in bowing. Now please be seated. We'll continue our meditation in chanting. So Sutra Chanting Meditation, page 7 and page 4. Today we'll chant 일원상 서원문 in Korean and 일원상 vow in page 4. Page 7 first.
일원상 서원문 일원은 언어도 단의 입정처이 오유무초월의 생사무님 전지부모동포법률의 본원이요 제불조사 법무중세 성품으로 능히 성유상하고 능히 성무상하여 유상으로 보 상주불멸로 여여자연하여 무량세계를 전개하였고 무상으로 보 우주의 성주괴공과 만물의 생로병사와 사생의 심신작용을 따 육도로 변화를 시켜 혹은 진급으로 혹은 강급으로 혹은 생어에 혹은 생어은으로 이와 같이 무량세계를 전개하였나니 어리석은 중생은 이 법신불일원상을 채받아 심신을 원만하게 수호하는 공부를 하며 또는 사리를 원만하게 하는 공부를 하며 또는 심신을 원만하게 사용하는 공부를 지성으로 진급이 되고 은혜는 입을지언정 강급이 되고 해독은 입지 아니하기로 일원의 위력을 얻도록까지 서원하고 일원의 재성 합하도록까지 서원함.
일원상 vow. Ilwon is a ram of samadhi beyond words and speech, the gateway of birth and that transcend being and non-being, the origin of heaven and earth, parents, fellow beings, lost the true nature of all. Buddha's enlightened master, sun enlightened people, sentient beings, they one manifest, both permanence and impermanence, viewed as permanence, they one unfolds into infinite world that is ever abiding, spontaneous, just as it is viewed as impermanence, and one unfolds into infinite world through the cycle of formation, duration, decay, and extinction of the universe, and the birth, aging, illness, and death of all beings, according to how we use our minds and bodies. In the four forms of birth we transform through the 6 realms of existence, progressing or regressing, grace arising from harm or harm from grace. Therefore we unawakened beings vow to practice soratically, modeling ourselves after one Sangha Dharmakaya Buddha, by cultivating our minds and bodies, deeply knowing human affairs and universal principles thoroughly, using our minds and bodies skillfully, thus progressing rather than regressing, receiving grace rather than harm, until we attain the great empowerment of it one, and become one with the nature of it one.
This morning we are happy and delighted to have Venerable Myeongtawonim as a speaker. Myeongtawonim is a retired Won Buddhist minister. Since last year, she has been living with us here at the Won Dharma Center. Almost 20 years ago, when I went to Won Institute of Graduate Studies, she was the head Kyomunim in the East Coast Diocese. And she has always been an exceptional storyteller, and she has great sense of humor. So today, with the assistance of Reverend Yu's translation, Myeongtawonim is sharing her stories about her teachers. Please join your palms together. Let us greet both of them.
Welcome, everyone.
오늘 6일 대제에 대종사님 위하역 때 선진 죄인들과 일체 성현들, 일체 모두 선진 부모님들을 모시고 향례를 올리는 날입니다.
Today is the day that we commemorate not just the founding master of the Won Buddhism, all saints and the sages, as well as our own teachers and the ancestors. It's a very meaningful event.
저는 1943년 1월에 태어났고 우리 대종사님께서는 6월 1일에 열반상을 놔두셨습니다.
Our founding master Sotaesan was passed away in 1943, June the 1st. I was born in 1943 in January, the same year.
저희 가정에서는 애조모님이 그 유명한 불갑사를 다니시다가 영산에 생불이 났다는 말씀을 듣고 바로 찾아가셔서 그 앞에서 법명을 받으시고 신심이 얼마나 철저하셨든지 그 시골 농촌에서도 법회 날은 빠지지 않고 가셨다고 합니다.
Her grandfather happened to visit a Pulgapsa Buddhist monastery where he heard there is a living Buddha, which means our founding master, and he met Sotaesan, and on that spot, in the first gathering, encountering, he received the Dharma name from Master Sotaesan, and on the spot, a great face arose after he never missed the Sunday Dharma service.
제가 초등학교 다닐 때 방학이면은 애가이를 갑니다.
When I was in elementary school, each and every vacation period, I visited my grandparents.
할머니께서는 꼭 일어나셔서 선을 하시고 그 독경을 하시는데 이론상 소문을 그냥 누워서 뭔 뜻인지도 모르고 자연히 외워졌었어요.
In my grandparents, I saw and heard my grandmom, especially chanting Ilwansang vow and practice sitting meditation. At that time, I listened while I was lying down, and automatically I came to memorize the Ilwansang vow.
그리고 애가가 좀 가깝기는 해도 우리 어머니께서는 농촌에 일을 하시느라고 그 1년에 몇 번 가보지를 못 오시고 그렇게 사시는 때라.
Actually, my grandparents was not that far from my own house, but my father and mother was very busily engaged in all kinds of things, especially farming. So just a couple of times we visited my grandparents.
이제 제가 21살이 돼가지고 광주교당으로 하숙을 가게 되었는데 그 지금 후산 김성현 선생님, 김도공 교모 아버님이 애사촌 오빠니까 저를 데리고 하숙을 하러 갔습니다.
When I was in high school, at the age of early 20s, I went to the Gwangju city where I stayed in Gwangju Won Buddhist temple. It's kind of a boarding purpose, where I met the minister Kim Sung-hyun, who's her cousin actually.
그때 이제 가서 처음 교무님을 배우니까 어떻게 엄하게 생기시고 무섭게 그냥 느껴져서 제가 오빠에게 나 참 어떻게 여기 있냐고 좀 무섭고 엄해서 그랬더니 제가 아침이면 하숙생이라고 생각하지 말고 일찍 일어나서 자선도 하고 청소도 같이 하고 학원에 가고 그러면은 괜찮을 거라고 그러시더라고요.
So when she stayed in the Gwangju Won temple, when she saw the head minister there, she looked very strict. She felt a little scared, so she asked to her cousin, another young minister, how can I live in this house, in this temple? But her cousin, the assistant minister, gave her advice. Instead, we are staying here using as a boarding house. Why don't you get up early and join meditation and help cleaning and washing dishes, etc.
그때 이제 남존여비가 얼마나 심한 때입니까? 그 한국에. 그러니까 여자 교무님이 저렇게 나오셔서 설법을 하시는데 그냥 눈물이 나게 감격을 했었어요.
It was the period in Korea the discrimination between the male and the female was a little strong. So when she heard the Sunday service, when she heard the Dharma talk by the female head minister, for no reason, her eyes got flooded with the tears.
제가 이제 가정에서 우리 오빠 두 분이고 남동생 하나고 저 딸이 하나니까 그냥 어떻게 진학을 잘 못하게 됐어요. 오라버님들 가르치고 한다고.
So I had 3 siblings, 2 brothers, 2 older brothers and 1 younger brother. Because of the financial limitation, I was not quite sure to actually go to get the higher education.
그리고 이제 청운의 꿈을 안고 지금 좀 발전을 해보겠다고 가서 하숙을 하고 있는데 여자도 저렇게 여자를 그런 데를 안 봤거든요. 그 옛날 애할머니 따라 교당을 가면은 할아버지들이 그냥 되게 얘기를 하시고 이런 걸만 봤는데 그 여자도 저런 길이 있는데 나는 어떻게 해볼 수 없을까?
So when I was staying in Gwangju, one Buddhist temple, when she saw the head minister in charge of everything and delivered the Dharma talk, she found out a new path. Wow, women can do a great thing, which was very unexpected. So what am I going to do in the near future as my path?
저녁이면 교전을 보는데 눈물이 나고 점점 그 배우고 있는 것에 대한 실증이 나고 내가 이 길을 가야 할 건가 하다가 이게 교무님께 한 분은 저도 좀 공부하고 전무티신처럼 교무님처럼 될 수 없을까요? 그랬더니
So at night, whenever she read the one Buddhist scripture, for no reason, she shed tears, and she started to become a little disillusioned with the secular learning that she learned in the Gwangju High School. So one day, she asked to the head minister, is there any other way? Is there some way for me to become a one Buddhist minister like you?
그래서 이제 말씀을 드렸더니 그렇게 하고 싶다고 바로 하는 게 아니고 이 길은 보통 신심과 또 공심 그리고 서원이 있어야지 금방 하고 싶다고 하는 게 아니다.
This kind of a path is not what you can decide in a short period of time. You have to reflect first. What comes first is, do you have a really strong, unwavering faith? Are you that much motivated to walk on the Dharma path? Or what about your aspiration for your life? You need to reflect that first.
그렇게 하시면서 이제 그 전무 출신으로서 길을 밟는 일들을 쭉 설명을 하시면서 이런 일에 내가 너를 시킬 수 있는데 내 시키는 대로 할 수 있으면 한번 우선 해보고 그렇지 않으면 못 오는데 우선 집에 가서 허락을 받고 오라고 그러세요.
So, that head minister explained the spirit of one Buddhist minister as well as everyday life for practice. She explained that in a very detailed way, and are you ready to do what I am asking to do? So think about that, and if you think you already decided your mind, why don't you go to your parents and get permission from them?
집에 가면 허락은 안 하실 것 같고 할머님에게 연락을 해서 이제 서원을 드렸더니 할머니께서 우리 어머니에게 아버님은 일찍 열반하셨으니까 안 계시고 어머니를 설득을 시켜서 교당 생활을 하게 됐습니다.
So at that time, her father already passed away. And if she tell her decision directly to her mother, probably she will not agree with her decision. So she first contacted her grandmother, who was very sincere, one Buddhist practitioner, so that her grandmother can persuade her mother so that she can start the minister's life as an intern.
그래서 이제 간사로 바로 부임을 하는데 지금부터는 하숙생이라는 생각을 버리고 아침 일찍 일어나서 범종이 큰 종이 아침이면 한 15계단인가를 올라가서 치는 종이 있었어요.
So at the time, as an intern, she started as the prime minister's life. One of her jobs is to get up very, very early. She has to hit a very huge size bell. In order to reach that, she has to use many steep stairs.
그 종을 치는 일로 시작해서 새벽 좌선하고 바로 식당에 들어가서 밥 짓는 공부를 해야 한다고 그래요.
So after hitting the bell, and then morning meditation, right after morning meditation, she has to prepare breakfast. That's her daily, her routine.
이게 전무주신을 좀 허가를 받아놓으니까 얼마나 행복하든지 천하에 뭘 부려운 게 없어요.
Despite her very menial chores, which was very much demanding, but thinking about her future, she could spend each and every day in a very happy, blissful way.
그래서 이제 그 시키는 대로 하는데 뭘 얼마 할 줄을 모르니까 그냥 좀 서툴고 혼도 많이 나고 이제
Her
정치고
job is just to do what she's asked to do, which
그냥
she didn't do very well. She's very clumsy in each and everything, but it was very happy days.
여러 가지 이제 혼을 놔도 즐거워요. 또 하나 그 언니가 지금 언론에 계시는데 그 언니가 한 분 있어가지고 둘이 얼마나 웃고 재밌게 생활을 하는지.
She was scolded many times, but it does not bother her mind at all. And she, in that temple, particularly, she came to have one woman. She lived like her own sister. She always laughed during that period.
그러니까 그냥 그때는 참 교단도 좀 가난한 때라 1년 하숙비를 쌀 6가마인가를 가지고 들어갔는데 그걸로 그 교당 양식도 해결이 되고 그러는데 이제
During that period, Won Buddhism itself, Korea itself was very poor. So in order to pay room and board, she had to pay 6 bags of the rice instead of the cash. And the temple was that poor. Yeah.
그리고 이제 밥도 죽밥도 하고 그냥 반찬도 할 줄 모르니까 그냥 그러기도 하고 해도 이제 세월이 가고 또 이제 그때는 경옥고를 일에서 만들어서 역전으로 붙이면 가서 둘이 가서 이고 와야 됩니다.
Especially her job. Many times she spent a lot of time in the kitchen. She was not a cooker. Many times the rice turned out too much mushy or firm, especially she was bad at cooking side dishes. Particularly, I remember one incident. In order to financially support Gwangju, one temple, they were involved in making some special 경옥고, herbal medicine, herbal paste. So she had to bring that to the station, from the station to her temple. That was very strenuous labor.
그리고 이제 연탄 불도 애끼시면서 그 제대서 하시는 교도님 댁 가서 이제 그 나무 토막 같은 것을 가져오라 하면은 또 둘이 가서 그것을 자루에다 담아서 이고도 오고.
In order to save her the fuel in that one temple, she was asked to gather lots of discarded wooden pieces, which could be used as the firewood. So she lived in that way as an intern.
그리고 뭐 텃밭 가꾸는 것, 청소하는 것, 그냥 그 안 해본 일이 거의 없이 이제 일을
In one word, he did all
지기시대.
kinds of chores, cleaning, taking care of the garden, working in the kitchen, and so on.
그렇게 이제 살면서 공간은 이 공중이 모여 사는 집은 큰 집이기 때문에 물 한 방울도 함부로 해서는 안 된다. 대종사님께서는 세수물을 떠들이시면 세수하시고 발 씻으시고 걸레 빨아고 그리고 그 물을 마당에 뿌리셨다.
So she learned from her head minister, you are not supposed to waste anything, even one drop of water. And especially she heard how our founding master lived. Our founding master, after washing his face, he used the same water to wash his feet. And then that dirty water was used to wash to water the garden and so on for some other purpose.
그리고 이제 음식이 만일에 조금 어째서 버리면은 내생에 빈천보를 받는다 하셨으니까 그렇게 버리면 안 된다고.
Especially, she was very strictly taught. If some leftover food, if you just mindlessly discard the leftover food in your next life, you can be repaid with poverty as the karmic consequence.
그렇게
좀
살면서
빨리 나가야 되죠.
심부름 해야지, 교도집 다녀와야지, 청소해야지. 또 교당 페인팅을 하시더라고요. 1년마다 페인팅을 하세요. 그 페인팅도 해보고요. 안 해본 것이 거의 다 했던
Every
것
year
같아요.
she painted and she did a lot of cleaning and visiting the members' house. She did a lot of errands.
그리고 이제 겨울에 눈이 많이 오는데 그 정각을 올라가려면은 15계단을 올라가야 되는데 잠이 어떻게 오는지 자선을 하고 나와 앉아서 조는 것이 일이고 이제
The most painful memory is before meditation during the winter time. She has to go to the big bell to hit the bell, and so using the steep stairs was the most laborious and the painful memory.
그 큰 범종이 광주 시내를 거의 울렸었어요. 그때는
That big bell actually ringed. The sound carried over the whole town of the Gwangju city.
그러면 초등학교 학생들이 정치는 누나라에서 편지도 보내오고
So many elementary school boys and the girls
매일
wrote her.
매일 신문에
She
사진도
is
나고요.
the bell sister.
이제 그러게
병탁이
하는데
그 뒤에 빨리 좀 하셔야 돼요. 지금 아직까지 서른도 안 시작한.
데려지고 이제 사는데 이제 3년을 살고 나서 공부하러 가서 4년 공부하고 이제 부교무 발령을 전주교당으로 부교무 발령이 나왔습니다.
She spent her intern period for 3 years after rigorous training as a prime minister. Her first workplace was Jeonju One Temple.
전주교당 가니까 발타원 정진숙 교감님이신데 와, 어떻게 크시고 인자하시고 포근하시고
So in that temple, she discovered the head minister was Venerable Partaon. She was so tall and lean and very compassionate minister.
그냥 어머니 같이
She looked like her mother.
품어주셨어요. 그래서 이제 회의를 하는데 이제 그때는 서경준 교수가 청년의 학생회를 맡았는데 이번에는 연석 부교무가 학생회를 맡고 서경준 교수는 청년회 맡고 학과를 다녀야 되니까 그렇게 해라 하고
So in one of the meetings, she was asked by the head minister, as a Prime Minister Seo Kyung-jeon, Mr. Sum came and stayed in this temple, so will take charge of the college students, the young people. Why don't you take care of the junior high and the high school students to teach them Dharma?
교당 감원도 있고 하니까 학생회 담당을 하고 이제 교무님 모시고 순교 다니고 재지내고 기도하고 그냥 이 살피는 이제 일이 제 일이었는데
So her main job was to teach meditation and the Dharma for the high school and the students. But in the meantime, she did as a interpreted everything, visiting members' house and offering prayer and so on.
학생들이 얼마나 많이 나오든지 100여 명까지 이제 부패를 받습니다.
So, but she was not worried about the number of the attendants.
그리고
More than 100 people, students joined in that.
교당에 인재들이 대대로 나와서 아주 그 큰 어른님들이 많이 계셨어요.
So especially a lot of bright students joined in the gallery. They had become a great person in Korea later.
그러게 이제 모시고 그렇게 공부하고 하는 것이 너무 행복하고 좋고 이러는데
It's a very meaningful and very contented period.
1년 살고 나니까 전국 이제 대이동이 돼서
After 1 year, she was supposed to move to another temple. That was the regulation at that time.
큰 교우님을 모시고 부산 대신동으로 이제 이동이 됐습니다.
So with the same head minister, he started to move to Daesin, One Buddhist temple in Busan, another
여기도
city.
가니까 경고와 부여고생들이 굉장히 많이 나오는 또 학교고
So
학생들이
the congregation of the students was already very big.
유명했고 근데 참 재밌게 이제 교무님 받들어 드리면서 교화를 하는데 우리 교단에 기둥으로 계셨던 각산 신도영 선생님이 갑자기 열반을 하시고
She spent most of her time for spreading the Dharma, but at that time she remembered Venerable Gaksan. Many ministers had a high hope for that minister. He suddenly passed away.
그리고 교단에 가장 참 큰일이었던 남한강 문제가 터져가지고
There are a lot of fortunate and unfortunate events happened in One Buddhism at that during those periods.
혁구장님이신 이경순 항타원님 이경순님과 우리 말타원님 교무님들이 모여서 울고 하니까 저희들 또 울으시면 같이 울고 이제 이러면서 참 편치 못한 그 시간들을 이제 보냅니다.
So
교단이 전체가 기울어진다고 하시니까
especially there was a very misfortunate event who brought up a lot of serious financial risk to One Buddhism as a whole. Many ministers cried and worried about. She felt in the same way, even though she was young.
그때 이제 점심도 굶고도 보고 나무 논에 이 모심으로도 나가보고 돈 번다고요. 그 남한강 때문에 한 푼이라도 번다고 이렇게 굉장히 긴축 생활을 하시고 이 발타원님 책 보고 연구 오시려면은 연탄불 막으라 하시고 저 유리창에 햇빛 들어온 데 앉으셔서 연구를 하시고 그러시더라고요.
So they even skip a couple of meals to save money and to send that money to the Korean headquarters. Sometimes they had some other side that in that way they used everything in a very sparing way.
그렇게 모시고 살다가 제가 31살에 부산 대연동 신개발지로 초대 교무로 보내시더라고요.
So at the age of 31, she became a head minister in charge of one temple.
그러니까 저 가기 싫고 혼자 있기 싫으니까 울기도 하고 이랬지만 교무님께서 너는 가서 하면 잘할 테니까 좀 천천히 하면서 잘 살으라고 이러셔서
From the age of 31, she had to live alone as a one minister in that temple. She cried at the time. She hated going to that temple, but her head minister really encouraged her. So you can do that. Why don't you make it slow?
그러니까 처음 교무를 나가놓으니까 방 한 칸, 부엌 한 칸, 마루 한 칸인데 석양집이었어요. 얼마나 더운지 그냥 더우면은 물을 떠놓고 발을 담그고 앉았기도 하고.
It was a very, very tiny temple, which has the building has just one room, one kitchen, both of them facing to the west. So at the sunset, it was terribly hot.
이러면서 우리 그 정타원 유은경 교도님 어머니가 대연동으로 이사를 가셔서 이제 거기서 저를 데리고 교화를 시작하는데 무엇을 할지도 모르겠고 그냥 심란하고 이랬는데 이 법회를 보면은 늘 배가 운동이 돼요. 처음에는
She was clumsy in everything still as an assistant minister. She started to spread the Dharma alone in that particular. But each and every Sunday service, the number doubled and doubled.
처음에는 일교몽도 나오더니 그 다음 법회는 열 몇 명이 나오더니 계속 불어나니까 거기에 빠져가지고 이제 고생되는 것도 무엇도 모르고 그냥 하는데 얼마나 그때 그가 부촌이든지 이북에서 내려오신 분들이 참 많이 모두 살고 계셨던 때요.
Since the congregation grew very exponentially, so she forgot about all her tiredness. Even though it's a very small, tiny temple, it's located in a very rich town.
거기 가서
luckily.
이제 부지를 사고 교당을 짓고 그때 전두환 대통령이 처음으로 어린이집을 보좌할 때 어린이집을 처음 시작해가지고 130명인가를 선생 8분을 두고 그렇게 하기 시작했습니다.
So she had to build a new temple, a little big temple, and she started to open the children's service as well as worked as a kindergarten. She hired 8 teachers and took care of the 130 kindergarten students first there.
그래 아침 먹고 순교 나가면은 아무데나 들어가서 밥 먹고 교도님들이 좀 어째 젊어서 그랬던지 좋아하셨어요.
It was all the days. She many times visited her members' house without notice. Most of them pleased. Yeah.
그래가지고 5년에 1급지 교당으로 승급이 됐었습니다.
So within 5 years, that small temple became one of the biggest temple on Korean
어린이집
soil.
어머니 자모법회를 시작해가지고 한
And she also started some special service for the parents of those kindergarten students, especially mothers.
젊은 교도님들이 몇십 상석이 나오고 이래가지고
So
이제
she came to have many young members.
10년 만에 거기를 또 그만두고
She worked there for 10 years.
남산동으로 이제 초대 교무로 또 나갔어요.
Yeah, and moved to Namsan One Temple,
거기서 6년 살면서 또 교당
where she
지어놓고
worked for 6 years. 5분만 더 하셔야 되겠네요.
저기 이제 서울로 이동이 됐습니다.
And she finally was asked to work in Seoul.
서울 신림동 교당에 가서도
The Shilimdong One Temple
예.
is her
10년
temple,
있으면서
where she worked for 10
교당
years.
짓고
And she built a lot of it.
서원관 터 사놓고
Yeah.
이제 갑자기 뉴욕으로 왔죠.
And she asked one day she received a notice from the headquarters. She has to go to the USA.
소교모와 같이 이제 뉴욕으로 와가지고
And she came to settle in New York One Temple along with the Reverend Shaw.
오니까 이제 한국 학교가 8클래스가 있고요. 그래서 민속잔치, 한국학교, 복지관 개설, 또 여러 가지 교당 내는 거, 저기 마이애미, 휴스턴, 노스캐롤라이나 또 리치몬드 이렇게 이제 교당을
That
내고.
temple, New York temple, did a lot of side things. For example, Korean Folks Festival, which takes a lot of time and energy, and they have a very big Korean language school each and every Sunday. And one of her job is to make a new temple. That's why she created a newly built North Carolina one temple, Richmond one temple, Houston one temple, and so on.
그 일생을 어떻게 뭐 휴가를 한다 이런 거 생각도 못 해보고 그냥
As
일직선을
she recalls, she rarely had a vacation during her whole lifetime.
그러니까 두 스승님은 열반에 드신 지 뭐 10년, 20년이 되시고 저도 이제 나이가 이렇게 들고
She really followed the guidance of her mentor ministers. Both of them all died. So she became the teacher herself and she already retired.
뉴욕에 있을 때 뉴저지에 출장 고패를 한 3년 하고 소예리 교무를 환타원을 거기다가 교무로 해서
Her last temple was New York temple where she opened a new temple in New Jersey where Reverend So worked for 3 years.
11년 살고 제가 거기서 이제 집 봐주고 혼자 두기가 어찌 마음이 안 돼서 퇴직 한 10년 만에 이게 안달마 센터로 들어왔습니다.
Even though she was retired at the New Jersey One Temple, she helped Reverend So in a very, very devoted way. And several years ago, she thinks that she finally retired and settled at the One Dharma Center.
요즘 너무 행복해서
Right now, I'm so happy these days.
눈만 뜨면 이 좋은 환경 속에
Especially she is really
좋은
pleased
건물
with the
속에
great natural environment.
또 우리
Beautiful
죽산종 목사님을
house,
모시고 우리
having
젊은
Juksanim as
교무님들이
our teacher.
얼마나 열심히 각자의 책임과 의무를 다하면서 아침에는 수도 정진으로 낮에는 보온불공으로 밤에는 참회 반성을 하면서 즐겁게 사는 것을 보면서
So she's very pleased. All the ministers here, just like the daily schedule Sotesan recommended, before noontime they spend time for spiritual cultivation. Afternoon they have to do something particular, concrete to help this society to pay back the grace and the gratitude. And after dinner, spend some more time, some spiritual cultivation as well as repentance time.
이렇게 행복한 생활을 하고 있습니다. 감사합니다.
This is how I live right now. Thank you.
감사합니다. I wish you have more time to listen to all stories. She summarized her 60 years of ministry life within like 20 minutes. And to me, 교무님's like Venerable Myungtaonim are considered to be a living ancestors whose dedication has enabled the growth of one Buddhist community in this country, in Korea, and worldwide. Now, it is a time for the family offering. But before we proceed, let me share some information. So you may be curious about the significance of these various tablets placed on the altar. To simplify it, each tablet represents different stages of departed spirits. These 12 tablets symbolizes the collective presence of all those spirits. So what do I mean by that? Master Cheongsan explained, the second Heterma master, The act of enshrining tablet does not mean that the spirit of our ancestors and teachers physically reside within it. Rather, it signifies that regardless of their current location, they remain watchful and protective towards us. Their presence transcends physical distance, so it is not unreasonable for 1,000 or 10,000 spirits to respond from a single location without any disturbance to the harmony of the spiritual realm. Today, on the day of the spiritual memorial service, you are invited to participate in this meaningful ceremony. So initially, we requested that you bring a photo of your deceased family members or friends. And this is an opportunity for you to show your respect and love towards your deceased family members or friends. So, however, it is perfectly fine if you did not bring a photo of them. Anyone and everyone is welcome to join this ritual. And to facilitate the process, I kindly ask people in the second line to come forward, and we'll move on to the third line and fourth line. So from each line, just one person represent to burn incense, and together as a group, we'll make 2 bows. So now, people from the second row, please stand up and come up. And John, I think you can make up incense. We have 2 Johns here. folks from chairs or whoever not participated in this ritual yet, but who wish to come forward and do this ritual, please come forward. And also 교무님s who wants to come forward and do bowing practice, please join this time. Thank you all for your great participation and your practice. Today we are happy to invite everybody for our lunch, community lunch, right after this service. Next Sunday, June 11th, right after the Sunday service, we will have a big Sangha gathering. And you are all invited, whether you are old members or new members. Next Sunday, June 11th. And did you feel anything different when you sit on your mat? It's floppier and cleaner, right? So last week, all the 교무님s did this cleaning for you. And you're the very first people who get this benefit. Lucky. And we deeply appreciate the role of this temple within the community. And the One Dharma Center temple solely relies on your generous donations to sustain itself. Whether your contribution is large or small, every amount makes a meaningful impact in maintaining and expanding our Dharma work. So today, I'd like to thank you to our monthly sustainers for your continuous practice and support. And thank you everyone in advance for your generosity practice. Finally, India needs our prayers. Last Friday, just 2 days ago, a devastating train crash occurred in India, claiming the lives of over 270 people. Our hearts go out to India during this time of immense distress and sorrow. So as a citizen of the world, let us extend our heartfelt prayers to the victims and their grieving families, offering them solace and support in their time of unimaginable loss. So let us have a moment of silent prayer, holding them in our hearts and thoughts. Thank you for your prayer. And this concludes our spiritual memorial service. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next Sunday.